had active weather last week. This week is more calm. Next week already looks interesting again. Right now you can see the highs behind me, 76, 77 degrees, about the same as yesterday. Overnight tonight, 57, 58 degrees for your lows, so a little bit warmer than last night there. And we're about the same as far as your allergy forecast as well, low medium range with juniper and ragweed. So we need to look in the tropics here. We have a system right here in the Caribbean Sea. It looks like as that moves on to the west, that has an 80% chance, pretty good likelihood in the next several days of developing into something probably Sarah as we go forward. Now, what happens after that? We have to wait and see what's going to happen there, whether that will cross and go into the Pacific or whether that will possibly cross the Yucatan Peninsula and get into the Gulf of Mexico. We'll have to watch and see what that does over the next several days, and we will, of course, keep an eye on that for you just in case that looks like that could come here. So here's what we have today. This cold front will scoot on east. We do have this front that will be moving in tomorrow, and that will bring a little bit of a cool down. It's not going to do a whole lot. Possibly a stray shower or two as a deck of clouds comes through. Really not looking at much. I don't even have that in the forecast. But just know if you feel a raindrop or two, it could happen. But I don't think we see any kind of organized showers here. At least if we do, it's maybe one or two that you just kind of accidentally find out is there. Really not much to it. Now, here's where all the chatter is. Next week, 1-2 punch could be setting up, and I mean, really, in a matter of a couple of days, could be a very interesting week next week. The first of that, on Monday, we do have a front moving in with a system that could bring showers and thunderstorms, could be some strong to severe storms on Monday. Now, we're a little early to talk about timing, how intense these storms will be, all of that good stuff. We're still a good distance away from that, so we will have to wait to get into the details with this. But this is what everybody's really talking about, is the deep push of cold air, that deep intrusion of cold air that could be moving our way. And as that moves our direction, that could be here Wednesday period, late Tuesday, Wednesday. And so when you look at storms Monday, cold push Tuesday, Wednesday, there's a lot going on. So next week looks busy. We're still a few days away, so we need to wait and see what the forecast does. And a little fuzzy on the details here too. How cold will it get? How long will it stay cold? It's hard to say, but I mean, we could have highs in the 50s or 60s with this front. But again, that depends on some models. And there's already chatter out there about the possibility of snow with this thing. I think there's one Facebook page, Snowbird Bob or something like that, that already is talking about the possibility of snow with this. And what I'll tell you, what I found, and this is what I posted on the page, it's an outlier, guys. The model that was projecting that last night, I haven't even checked this morning to see if it's still arguing that, but it was one model, the Canadian model, that put this out there, and it's the outlier. It's a statistical outlier. If you don't know what that means, it means that you have these models over here that largely kind of have a general consensus, and then there's this one over here that's clearly very off and not in line with what any of the others are putting out there. So you have that from time to time with these models, and you kind of have to understand, that's kind of out there, right? I've seen one or two of those maybe come true in my time, and maybe the rest start to move that direction. But for now, I think that's a big stretch for our area. But we will be watching next week. But for now, this week, kind of mild, 76, 77, so we're staying warm. That cold front does get here tomorrow. We'll see clouds move in with that, and it will change the direction of the wind. We'll still be warm tomorrow afternoon. The cooler air kind of lags behind, but we will get closer to 50-degree marks, some 40s overnight into Thursday morning. Thursday cooler, 72. Thursday night, again, upper 40s. Cooler Friday, and then we start warming up for the weekend, start bringing in the moisture, the humidity as well. And that sets up for Monday when that system gets here. Again, a little unclear on timing. There's some that say Monday afternoon, some say overnight Monday into Tuesday morning. Well, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. But we will be watching that. And then beyond the forecast period, a couple of days out, that's where we have the big push of cold air that the models are still kind of working on that consensus for. So mild weather, a little bit cooler, midweek, really latter half of the week, warmer, a little more humidity this weekend, and then next week, storms, colder temperatures. We'll be watching all of that for you and bringing updates, so stay tuned to South Metro Weather for the rest of the week as we take a look and see what changes are on the horizon.